My name's Heather Hannam and I graduated with an MBA in Oil and Gas Management in December of 2014. My background's probably a little unusual for the MBA programme in that I've spent most of my 30 years of working within the retail sector in the UK. And having worked my way through shop floor management, I then transitioned into human resource management and was able to have quite a broad view of what business was like. I actually went through an organisational restructure that meant I took redundancy after 22 years with my employer at the time, and so I was facing a very interesting decision, being midlife and mid-career, about what I wanted to do next. I decided to study for an MBA because I wanted to consolidate a lot of the informal learning that I had within my business skills over all those years of working. And I thought an MBA was just the best of the business degrees that I could do at postgraduate level. And I felt that it was going to give me the confidence and prove to myself that I had the ability to go to the next step within my career. And I was very open-minded about the opportunities that that was going to bring. My decision to study at RGU in the Aberdeen Business School was founded partly on the fact that I actually live in the local area, so there was a bit of an obvious choice there. But actually I had been lucky enough to work with the business school on a number of things over the years as an employer, both offering work placements and also being able to sit on the accreditation board for one of the MSc degrees a few years ago. So I'd been able to see what Aberdeen Business School offered from both sides of the table, if you like, and was very impressed by their professionalism and their dedication to the courses that they offer. Well, the main value of the MBA to me has undoubtedly been how it's allowed me to focus and consolidate my learning and understanding. It's given me tremendous confidence, and I now apply a great deal of my learning almost every day in the job that I've gone on to do. And I know that it's made me think very differently about how I tackle, for example, strategic projects, how I problem solve. It's made me a lot better at analysing material when it's there, and I think I've become a much better decision maker and a more confident decision maker as a result. It was also really good to work on the consultancy project in the third semester, because that was a really good way of getting me back into the way of working, and I was fortunate enough that my client organisation was also the route into the job that I now do. Yes, well, the MBA programme is not for the faint-hearted. There are a lot of challenges about it. I came from a very responsible job. I had to be very good at organising my time, but even so, even I was tested at times during the programme. You're told very early on you're going to need to give to the full-time programme at least 70 hours a week, and that is probably a fairly fair estimate of the time you need to give to it if you want to do well. And you have to be able to balance your time and organise multiple projects and work streams at the same time. And whilst it seems like that's like a workplace environment, the pressure does build during each of the semesters, and it's a very intense experience with very little downtime in between. You also, if you have a family, have to balance the work-life balance and have a very understanding support team at home who will give you the time and the space you need to get the work done. Well, I've advised a lot of friends and one or two colleagues in my new workplace about my experience of the MBA, and the advice that I would give them is just know what you want to get out of it. You do need to be fairly open-minded because it is a very unique experience, and you certainly need to have quite a few years' work experience under your belt before you come into it, because you need to have something to put in the learning that you have into in terms of context, and you also need to be able to have a pretty clear idea of what you want to do next, because then you can see where that learning is actually going to take you and where that newfound confidence is going to take you. Well, I've been very lucky in terms of the future for me, because I got a job immediately on finishing the third semester, and so I've now been in work for a number of months. But what it's given me is the confidence and the outlook now that I will go a lot further with my career than I would have thought a few years ago with my old employer. And it's made me realise that probably the sky's the limit, because I know what I achieved and I've really pushed and stretched myself during the MBA course. And I now feel that that's a new benchmark in my life in terms of where I take things from now. So who knows what the future holds, but I imagine it's pretty bright.